It is the chaos of, like the title of this video says, this is payday. Well, tomorrow is payday. So we're going to get ready for payday. So what do I do to prepare for payday and budgeting? I gotta show you all my Google Calendar, first of all. I have to schedule any and everything on my, and I have my calendar up behind me, and I'm gonna flip this around so you guys can see, but I don't know. Let me see if I can flip this around. Hold on. So let's take a look here. And let's see if we can. This is my task list in Notions, okay? So let's just take a look at my Google Calendar. I have a bunch of task items that I need to do, and I need to put them down on here. Now, of course, I have my budget check-in at 10 o'clock tonight, but I decided to film a YouTube video, which is I'm around here. I'm cooking, actually. I'm trying to make me some pre-dinner noodles or dinner, whatever you want to call it. So in the meantime, while doing that, this is my calendar. Okay, so let's go back to, I'm going to go ahead and put you guys on my calendar to film this video. So, okay, let's get back to me. Preparing for payday can be a lot. I'm not even going to lie. It is, as anything else, it's a plan that you have to execute. And although the payday routine is, oh, you get paid, pay your bills, but it's a little bit more. So one of the things that I do before I start anything is I go through my wallet. I go through and this is the Zippy Lugs baby. I gotta say baby after I say Zippy Lugs, y'all don't pay me no mind. But anyway, I go through my wallet. I look and see what monies I have left, because before I start my payday, I like to see my cash position right before I get paid. So I get paid on Friday, which is tomorrow. And so today I want to know what my final balances will be tonight and my opening balance as of tomorrow before my deposit hits. Now, of course, it's like the deposit's going to hit like 2, 3 in the morning. So I'm not going to be spending any money. So I'll know what it is. However, I like to capture all of those balances first, because I like to reconcile and be straight to the penny. So after capturing my balances, I start preparing what my expected income is. My W-2 income, I'm a salaried employee, so my income is the same. It's always the same. My small business income, my side hustle income, it varies. It fluctuates, and how much I pay myself varies and fluctuates. And it's based on the weekly revenue of the business. That part, I just put an estimate, a budgeted amount for, and then I don't close out my budget until Friday. So Friday evening, 11:59 p.m., I will capture whatever that revenue is. And then Saturday is when my new budget starts. So I'll know how much to pay myself. That's how I begin to prepare for the budget. I'm going to start going through my wallet. But while I wait for my noodles to cook, let me get my payday budget book. Y'all, my little butterfly. Hold on. I broke my little butterfly before, and then I glued it back together. So I just dropped it again, and this is one of the things. I broke it and I glued it. It's not a good glue job, but if I put some pink paint on there, it'll help. I spray painted these. I got my payday budget book. You guys, I'm ahead of the game. On April 30th, I had May completely built out. What I'm going to do is I've already set my budget for the month. So I'm going to open my book and I can show you all. I actually need to, I still didn't do my May goals, but I know what my goals are. And you know what? Maybe I'll sit down today and make sure my May goals are entered, because it's only May 2nd. I don't want to keep putting it off because I want to make sure that I hit my goals this month. And I do know that one of my financial goals for the month is to pay at least $3,000 in debt. I want to have 12 no spend days. Normally I say 10, but I'm going to shoot for 12. I want to have 12 no spend days this month. I mean, if I can do more. And May 1st, by the way, was already a no spend day. So I'm really off to the races here. I started off good. Generally what I do is I take my budget book and this is it. And then I look and see what bills are going to be paid based on the color coding of my paydays. So everything's color coded. Can we see this? And so based on the pay cycle, all the bills in green will be paid out of that pay period. All the bills in peach and coral and purple and vice versa. I look and see what needs to be paid. Now, currently I'm 1 month ahead on bills. Technically, I'm not paying bills out of my income for this pay period. What I do is that money comes out of my bill account. I have a lot of my bills, the majority of my bills, and I probably have a couple more stragglers that I need to put on auto pay, but everything is on auto pay. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? I used to have to go in and pay all these bills. Like, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, like I said, I'm 1 month ahead. This week's bills is scheduled to come out of the bill account. So I'll take my income and I'll take part of that income and I'll put that money back in the bill account, and that will cover June's bills. Do that every income. Every time I get paid, I take part of that money and I put it in my bill account just to make sure that I have enough to cover the next month's bills. That is how I stay 1 month. How I got 1 month ahead though, that's a whole nother story. We'll put that in another video. That is what I did, and that's how I do it. Then after I look and see what all the bills need to be paid. I still fill out a paycheck budget worksheet. I know transparency is a lot for everybody, and normalizing talking about money. It's not that I'm uncomfortable talking about money, because I talk about money all the time. I just don't need everybody in my business. It's my business. I can keep it to myself if I don't want to disclose. That is not the point that you need to learn about managing your money, how much my bills are. You need to understand how much your bills are, and you need to understand what you need to do when you get paid, because I know what to do. It's not about knowing my numbers. It's knowing what to do with your numbers. And I think that people need to understand that. Me knowing how much I make doesn't help you budget or manage your money. However, how I budget what I make and what I do with what I make is what the key to your situation is what's going to help you. I'm paycheck to paycheck, although I do have money saved and I am, like I said, ahead on bills. I'm just managing like the rest of you, but nonetheless, I'm about to go check on my noodles, you guys. I'm about to take this video outside onto my deck. Let me go check on my noodles. Let me get my drink and everything, and I'll see you guys outside. Take it outside! It's nothing like having somebody listen to you when you talk. It rained and there was some stuff on the cushions, and yeah, what I'm gonna do is I am going to total up what my bills are expected to come out of my bill account for the week. And I always go to my bill calendar and get the exact bills that I plan to pay. I can look at my bill tracker. So first I go to the bill calendar to see what bills are going to come out of this pay period. So I get paid on Friday the 3rd. So I'm going to cover all of the bills up until Friday the 10th, which is the next payday. So I'll go to the bill account, the bill tracker. The monthly bill tracker lists out all of the bills, and it also has the amounts of the bills that I budgeted to come out. Once the bill is paid, if it's a difference, I'll put it in the actual column and then total that up. So now that I have 6 bills that I intend to come out from this pay period, I'm going to add them up and see what the total is that I expect to hit the bill account. The mortgage, the security system, which I was able to lower the security system, and I just got my escrow analysis on the mortgage, so my mortgage is going to go down $46. Not bad, not bad. Okay, and then my electric bill, which was pretty high this month, a loan payment, credit card annual fee, which is paid monthly. I can't close the card because then it'll be a negative hit to my credit report, although it will go back up. Then I have another loan payment. So I am expecting roughly $1,300 in bills, so I have $1,290.91 that I do plan to pay out of this pay period. And once tomorrow comes and as the bills start to hit the account, I'll just glance at my account just to make sure that the bill amounts were the same. I always check the bill account just to reconcile. So once those bill amounts were the same, I'll move that over to the actual column and then total that up, and that is it for my expenses. Now I will determine from my income tomorrow how much it's going to go to bill account, and I do know I have an automatic transfer that goes to Fidelity from my Roth IRA. I will invest that, and I will see after I determine how much I need to go back into my bill account for the month if I'm going to be paying any debt payment. I won't know that exact amount until tomorrow, but that is usually how I budget and how I do that. So we're going to go total that up. Tomorrow my beginning balances, which will be my ending balance for tonight, I'll write them in as my rollovers. Any cash I have on hand, I consider that to be rollover, because if I need to budget and use that money, I can. So I always bring that over on my rollover column, and I always bring over my cash envelope amounts because it's cash in envelopes. Although the majority of it is in the bank, it's cash. But it is for my sinking fund, so I'll pull that money over as well. But I will only use the income from this pay period to cover what I'm doing this particular pay period. Now that I have all of that written up, all I have to do is wait until tomorrow to get my actual numbers, and then I'll go ahead and make sure I transfer the money where it needs to go, and we're off to the races. I will be running to the bank to get any variable spending for my cash envelope. So let's talk about what I budgeted for the month. I did my monthly payday envelopes and my monthly payday sinking funds, and what I determined is for my wallet for the month, I'm going to be given $1,490, so that what I budget to spend on me money is $200 for the month, $200 for dining out, $40 for car maintenance. Gas, $150 for the month. Food, I'm trying to lower my food bill by meal prepping and cooking more. So my grocery bill, I usually do $800 to $1,000. I lowered that to $700. I'm going to try to stay well within that $700. And I'm going to maneuver my weekly amounts differently, and I'm going to explain that next. Household items, I budgeted for $150, hoping it could stay lower. Miscellaneous, giving $50, okay? So that's a total of $1,490 that I do plan to go to my wallet, which is for my variable spending. Now, self-care, I'm allowing to budget for $200, and that will cover my hair, pedicure, manicure, things like that. I have to have some type of self-maintenance. You guys know I have to do me. So in my home maintenance binder, I'm budgeting for $150 for the month because I depleted that envelope by getting this. I think I only had like $400 and something in that envelope. I had to pay for my lawn care, which I'm going to start putting my lawn care separate as a sinking fund. I did have that under home maintenance, but technically that's not considered a repair home maintenance. So I'm going to separate lawn care. So I'm budgeting $150 for the month for home maintenance. House cash, $25. My house cleaning service, $140 because that's how much it costs. And I figure I can do that every 3 weeks. And then car maintenance, I plan to give $50 of car maintenance. Now I currently have $1,600 in my car maintenance sinking fund. I don't really have any maintenance on the car because it's a new car. I'm still under warranty for everything. But I still keep that because it's for tires. I do have tire protection though. The money is there, fun money. So I plan to budget it for Eid, our next Islamic holiday for 2025, Eid al-Fitr. I'm going to budget $100 for this month. Black Friday, $20, gifts $20. Over to my sinking fund binder, need money, not feelings. I am going to put $50 up for Ramadan. No, Jenna. $50 towards Jenna. Ginger and Boo is our kitty cat. She's the baby of the family. And $50 for Ramadan meals, which prepares for eating out for the next Ramadan. So if I do anywhere from $40 to $50 a month, every month, we will have a substantial amount to eat out during the month of Ramadan. I technically don't eat out, but it's for the family. And then the Rugrats binder for the kids, I'm going to put $100 in my son and $100 in my daughter and $100 in clothing for them. Their toiletries, I plan to budget for $50 for the month. And grands, I'm going to put away $25 for the month. Okay, so now my little straggler sinking funds, which would be life insurance, $90 for the month, car insurance, $90, subscription, $50, and then just business to have cash on hand. I'm going to put $50 in my business sinking fund just in case somebody's helping me with something and I have to give them cash. So I think right now I have $50 in that sinking fund, so I plan to give another $50. So altogether, my spending for the month of what I budget for my cash envelopes and sinking funds totals $2,950. Now that sounds like a lot, but you got to keep in mind $1,500 of that money is my variable spending for food, gas, household items, and toiletries. So my highest bill is food, and I can't really do too much about food. Okay, that is what my budgeted cash envelopes and sinking funds look like for the month. I do plan to budget to pay $3,000 towards debt, hoping all of my income goes the way I plan or what I budgeted for. $3,000 towards debt. My bill account, I like to put anywhere from $5,000 to $6,000, so I want to say more on the high end. So I am budgeting to put, I want to say $5,800 into my bill account. Fidelity, I need to put more to my Fidelity, my Roth. I am going to work on increasing that. I am. And I do have a 401k, but that comes out of my paycheck. My HSA, that comes out of my paycheck as well. So I don't factor that in after the fact. My HSA, because I can spend that money, I do keep track of that balance because it's tax-free money and I use it. I use the tax-free money. I'm outside, so you guys will hear cars driving by and things like that. But nonetheless, so I have prepared for my budget now that I've completed my budget, and I think according to my calendar, I am on schedule because I Google Calendar everything, so I can keep track of what I'm doing. Now, I had put on my schedule 10 o'clock tonight. I had put on my schedule 10 p.m. to do my budget check-in, but I just did my budget check-in. So I'm going to actually move that budget check-in up on my calendar. So I'm going to move it up in between here because I just did it. I did it because I have it on a recurring event so that I can regularly check my budget. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my Notions and see what task items I can complete while I have this time, because I do put on my calendar time to complete my task items. you're saving or your. Hey everyone, so here is another part of my payday routine where I am in the drive-thru at the bank because I am getting my cash envelope. So $515 I determined based on my budget, which we'll go over when I get back. We will go over how I came up with this amount and what cash envelopes and sinking funds will be included with this amount. I am in the drive-thru at the bank. I am waiting so that I can get my cash out before I return home to get back to work because although I'm filming this video, I am currently getting out all of these orders. You guys, thank you so much for your patience. Oh my gosh, I'm getting it there. Once I leave here, I am going to run to the car wash. I have budgeted money to get my car washed and I have so much pollen all over my car. So I need to get this pollen off. Then I'm going to go back home. I am going to walk you all through my payday budget for May the 3rd. I came up with some things that I'm going to do differently in May. And like I said, that's a part of adjusting your budget regularly. You come across things where you see that are working, not working, that could be better. I normally am a credit card spender because I like my cashback rewards. Like I leverage that as another stream of income for me. So not having that is like, whoa, I'm spending the money anyway and I'm paying the cards back to zero. So why not get that additional income? I think I'm going to go back to, I still pull the cash out, put it in my wallet, swipe the card, write it down, pay it back weekly. The downside is I got to go back to doing those weekly expense cash out videos, right? I was like, oh, I don't have to film them anymore because I'm spending cash, but I'm like, we're going to go back to that. But again, that is another stream of income. That is me leveraging my credit as a stream of income. And I'm not paying any interest. I'm paying the card back to zero. Why not get that cash back? So we'll go over all of that when I get back in the house. Yeah, let me get this money, get to the car wash, get back home, and I'll see you guys and we'll go over the budget then. Okay, I am back from running to the bank, getting my car washed, did a little extra couple things. I am back to finish out my budget. I did get $515 for my cash stuffing out of the bank. So I'm just going to take that out of my wallet and I am going to complete my budget and show you all. Although I don't show my real numbers, I'm not that transparent, but I am going to allow you to see the amount that I am going to budget for this week's pay. That's going to be $3,084. I've already determined that $515 will be going to my envelopes and sinking funds. And hold on. So let me explain to you all how that works. Okay. So I budgeted for the month that I was going to spend $2,950 on my cash envelopes and sinking funds. So that's my variable spending and any little short or long-term savings goals. Okay. So I determined my cash envelopes based on the monthly budget envelopes that I set. So here we go with the monthly payday envelopes, my budgeted amount. At the end of the month, I'll come back and I'll determine my actual amount. So for me money, because I know that I'm budgeting to give myself $200 this month to spend this pay period, which is the first paycheck of May, and I believe I'm going to have 5 paychecks this month. I have to divvy up this $200 between 5 pays. So this particular pay, I am going to give myself $50. For dining out, it's $200, and I usually do $50 a week. So I'm going to give $50 here. Car maintenance, that's just tips at the car wash. $10, I give the guy a $10 tip for washing my car. So I do that. I plan to wash my car every week, so that's $40. So $10 this week is going to go into car maintenance, which is 1/4 of my budget. And I divided my budget into 4, even though I could have did 5, which technically I can divide everything by 5 and I'll know how much to contribute each pay. And gas, I'm budgeting for $150 this month, but I forgot that I am going to be taking a trip. I'm going to be driving to Virginia. So I am going to need a little bit more in gas, but gas is a sinking fund, so I already have money in gas. And what do I have in gas? Let's see. Gas has $171 currently in gas. I'm going to give $35 more, and then throughout the month, I will give another $100 and let's say $15. Okay, so that's how I budgeted for gas. But driving to Virginia, to be honest with you, I'm not particularly sure if I'm going to need more gas because I don't drive anywhere to know. So not that I'm driving, but someone's going to drive my car, but still. Okay. So that's gas. Food. Now, I lowered my food budget this month because I normally spend anywhere from $800 to $1,000 a month on groceries. And so I said, I'm going to cut back. I am going to meal plan and literally cook more. And so with doing that, I want to decrease my food budget to $700. So I am going to give $200 as pay to my food bill. I budgeted $150 for the month, so I'm going to give $25 because I do have money already in household. Now, I am going to let this money stay in these envelopes. So I have, I was about to say, I have $50 already in household. I'm going to contribute another $25, which will give me $75. I do know that I need paper plates, maybe some paper cups, and I don't know that I need any toilet tissue. I don't need paper towels, so I can get away this week without buying those things. So that's how I gave that. Giving, for giving this month, I said $50, so I'm going to give $10 this pay. Now, so for Eid, my Islamic holiday, I want to consistently contribute to that sinking fund. So what I'm going to do is give $20 now. My budget for the month is $100. So giving $100 a month is I'm going to have $1,200 for it, but I need to do more. So some months I am going to budget to give more to my It sinking fund. Okay. Home maintenance, I zeroed that out. So I do want to put $150 this month into home maintenance, and let's see. It spends, money spends. So the other things that are a priority is life insurance and car insurance. I have to give $90 this month. I did budget to give $45 this pay period. I don't know why I didn't decrease it, but the quicker I do the 40, the 90, then I can contribute to other sinking funds. But they were a priority for me this pay. Those were the envelopes and the sinking funds that I felt that I needed to put money in because I, number one, want to build that money much faster than the others. I did budget to give to other envelopes, but at some point throughout my other pay periods, I will give that money. So that's how I did that. So I wanted you all to see how I went about and selected the amounts that I'm going to give in my envelopes this particular pay period. Now, because I'm budgeting $3,084 this particular pay period, I knew that I could have funded more. I had enough to fund more, but what I like to do is fund my bill account because I am currently 1 month ahead on bills, as I've told you. And so what I do is when I get paid, the bills that are coming out, so I have $1,290.91 worth of bills that are going to come out this particular pay period, but they're coming out of my bill account. So on May 1st, I have $5,843 in my bill account, and this bill amount is auto paying from that bill account. So what I'll do is as the bill account decreases throughout the month, I'm contributing from my income from this month into my bill account. So that is going to cover the bills for June. So that is how I manage my 1 month ahead. So what I'm going to do is Fidelity is going to take $50 because that's an automatic draft. The bill account. So let's see. So now let me get my highlighter because I always highlight so you can see. I always highlight my bill account and then I highlight the bills, and that lets me know that these amounts come from this account. So the bill amount is not going to come from my income. It's going to come from the bill account. So that's why I highlight these fields here. Now, as the bills actually as they auto pay, I write it over here in this column just to make sure that the amounts were exact to what I budgeted for. And then I'll give a total and I'll put that amount up there. Okay, so but even going with the 3,084, so 3,084 minus 515 equals $2,569. Okay. So I have $2,569 to budget for this pay period. So what am I going to do with the $2,569? I already put $50 to my Fidelity sinking fund. So what I'm thinking now is I'm going to put $2,000 into my bill account. Now, I can lower that amount and give a larger debt payment, which makes a lot of sense, but I like to replenish my bill account before I do anything. I like to know that my bill money was put away. So I am going to put $2,000 into my bill account. So that's $2,050. That's going to go here. And I put that under the category of savings. So $2,050 now minus $2,050. So that leaves me $519. So with that $519, I am going to make a debt payment. So I am going to pay my business credit card. And I am going to put that $519 onto my business credit card. Now, let me explain something to you all. So my debt payment is $519, and that wiped me to zero. Now, so although I am a paycheck budgeter, as I explained, if you didn't check my video out here, how to create a budget, I talk about the 3 most popular budgeting styles. So I explained that my personal way of budgeting is I am a paycheck to paycheck budgeter. First and foremost, that is the priority budgeting style that I choose. Sometimes I do a zero-based budget. Not all the time do I do a zero-based budget, but this particular budget right here is a zero-based budget because I gave every dollar a job and it equaled zero. So that is a zero-based budget. You also got to see how I use my payday budget book, and I make time to do this. I do a pre-budget. I start the day before because I know just about what my income is going to be. I prepare the budget, jot all the bills down, and then I wait till my actual payday, and then I write the exact number. So that is me budgeting my money. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is cash stuff. Cash stuff. So anyway, I just wanted you all to see that is how I do and prepare for my paydays. My bills fluctuate. My income pretty much stays the same, but it fluctuates because I have a W-2 income and I also have small business income. And then I have little side things that bring me income as well, but that is not something that I just bank on. I do want to prepare myself to get to the percentage category budget. As I told you, I'm like, that's my high level, like high level. But you know, I want to get all of my expenses, every single expense I have under 50% of my income. Like, I am so excited and I know I can do it, but good gracious, one day at a time, because me and my budget buddies, we came up with, we are going to pay down our debt. We're going to give ourselves 2 years to either pay it off or make a dent in it, whatever the case may be. I do have student loan debts. I don't discuss my debt journey. I don't know why, but I have to become a little bit more comfortable with, and I'm not uncomfortable with talking about money. I don't know. I'm not there yet, but I'll get there. But nonetheless. So anyway, you guys, I am about to start my cash stuffing. Let's talk about my spend calendar really fast since we're in here. And the other thing I need to do is update my spend calendar. Now, I do know that I had a no spend day on the 1st of May. I'm so proud of that. Y'all, I did not set my goals. Now, I remember talking about these goddamn May goals. Give me a second. Oh boy, I'm going to set my goals, but I'm going to do that off camera. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm not going to let today go by without completing my goals, because in my head, I have them and I just didn't write them down. So I will be doing my May goals, but one of my goals is to have at least 12 no spend days. So I already have one. So let me go. Let's see what I spent on the 2nd. So I spent 17 plus 67 equals, and it was $84. So on the 2nd, I'm going to write it in green because it was all cash spend. I spent $84 on the 2nd, and then on the 3rd, I spent $139 plus 10 plus 1277 plus 40, 77.79 equals, and I need to write this in red. Can I get a red pen? Can I get my red pen? Okay. So when I spend with a card, I write it in red. So there's $241.96, and because there was some cash spending, I just put a green asterisk. Now, I do the most when it comes to my budget, but it works for me. That's why I tell everyone, you have to find the budgeting style that works for you. Yes, you may feel like, oh my gosh, this is a lot, this is overwhelming, then don't do it. Don't do it. Simplify your budget. Keep it simple for you. I'm extra, I'm chaotic, but it works for me and I love it. It keeps me motivated. It keeps me encouraged, enthused. Like, I enjoy doing my budget because I made it fun for me. It's not just a chore. So today, did I spend any money today? You guys, I don't think I've spent any money so far, and I'm proud of that. I'm super proud of that. So what I did forget was hold on. Because one other thing I forgot to do is I like to total my my weeks out. I like to put a total spend. So I'm just going to go and grab the sticker since I have y'all. It's a YouTube video. Why not? Hang around. Don't hang around. I'm going to do it. So let me get purple. I'm hungry, y'all. How is everyone's day going? I'm going to hurry up because is having fun. Okay, so I put these here so that way I can put a total spend for the week. Now, again, it works for me. You don't have to do it, so calm down. But find creative ways to do your budget, because I'm telling you, if you get bored and you add those numbers up and they pissing you off, you just need to have a little bit more fun with it, because the fact of the matter is we're giving all our money away anyway. I mean, so that's sad in itself. And I am working on not doing that. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 paychecks this month. Yes, yes. So hopefully today will be a no spend day. I'll just make hubby pay for everything, so that way I can keep my money and I can have a no spend day. I remember one time I was out with my daughter and I was like, listen, I need to have a no spend day, so buy this for me. My 14, well, she's 15 now, but my 14-year-old daughter, I was like, buy this for me. I can't spend money. But yeah, I had a no spend day. I maneuvers my no spend days. So in my no spend days, and let me just clarify that a little bit more, my no spend days are no spending. Not a penny, not even if it's budgeted in my wallet, not a dime. That's a no spend. I do know that several budgeters, like budget treasurers, they consider no spend days like spending outside of their sinking funds and their cash envelopes. But for me, my wallet got to stay sealed. So before I do my cash stuffing, I want to go through and see what money I have left over and what's going to either roll over to. Y'all know what I forgot? I'm going to have to do my savings challenge stuffing separately. I forgot to take the money out for savings challenges, but look how I messed up. Oh my goodness. I didn't even budget for my savings challenges. I can't contribute to any of my savings challenges this week, except that if I have some rollover money, maybe I'll put that in savings challenges. But I meant to pull money from here to put in my savings challenges. Now I can adjust this, but that is more of a priority than the savings challenges. So I'm not going to adjust it, but I could. I could simply say, well, you know what? Let me take $100 from my debt payment and put that towards savings challenges. But I'm trying to focus, and hopefully I'll be able to discuss with you all soon my debt-free journey, if that's what I'm gonna call it. I can't imagine ever being debt-free, because am I never gonna buy a new car? Do I want to put out that money paying cash for a car? Hell no, right? $1 is worth more today than it is tomorrow. Like I might not even be here tomorrow. So, I'd rather have the money now. And that could be a piss poor way of looking at it. But hey, I look at it how I want to look at it, and you got to do what's best for you. So that is how I make my decisions. Now, so I'm not going to adjust my budget for savings challenges. If I have any rollover money, I will consider giving that to savings challenges. But for right now, this is my payday routine. Yes, it is a preparation, and I need some Zen moments in order to get in my vibe to deal with my money and my paycheck. Like I love to go and sit outside on the deck or sit in the living room on the couch, light some candles, have a drink, not alcohol. My gosh, not alcohol. I mean like coffee or a latte. I don't drink, so let me just clear that up. But I consider that a drink. So I like to have a nice drink, preferably warm. I love drinking teas and coffee. I drink more teas than I drink coffee because I drink a lot of herbs. Like I dump a bunch of herbs into a big stainless steel container and I just scoop out and make a tea. So yeah, and then I just relax and I do my budget. I get in the mindset of handle your business, girl. So to each his own. Okay, so I've talked enough. I've did my budget. I've showed you. I've been a little bit transparent with that. I am going to now do my cash stuffing, and that's going to be a separate video. So if you would like to see that video, please go and watch that next. Bye, everybody. And don't forget to join my mailing list. And if you purchase a payday budget book from me, join my payday budget book. I will have everything linked down below that you see and anything that I've mentioned. If you haven't checked out my video, my my biggest advice on how to start cash stuffing, how to create a budget for success. And then my next video, which will be coming up, is the 15 benefits of cash stuffing. That's a good one. That's a good one. So you got to look out for that. Okay, you guys, I've talked too much. I got to go. Bye.